Today, guys, we're doing the dirty grits. I'll see you in the kitchen with Chef R. Allen. Cooking made easy. Once again, it's your boy, guys. Today, let's bring this down here. I want you guys to see this. Bring this in closer. Today, I'm doing the dirty grits. For those that don't know what dirty grits is, I'm sauteing some sausages right here. You can do breakfast sausages. Well, I'm doing ground beef and I'm doing sausage here. I'm doing kielbasa smoked sausage and I'm using ground beef. Like I say, you can use some people, if you want to use the breakfast sausage instead of ground beef, that won't hurt you either. Let's bring this in here. Okay. So we're going to start off here. Guys, thank you for your comments and your replies. And just thank you, man, for, helping this channel grow. Appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate you guys for the comments, the replies, and for those that's been trying it and liking it. Okay. There's only a very few ingredients. I'm going to have my grits cooking, but we'll do that as they go. So I got my grits. The pot on low. Some people do water. I'm gonna do a little chicken broth because that's about all the flavor I'm gonna get on the grits. No cheese. Of course I'm gonna do some butter, but I'll let this simmer a little bit. This chicken broth for my grits instead of water. Okay, so while we got this cooking, I want this cook. Some of that off. We don't want this to brown. Let this brown. Then we're gonna set it aside. And this is a good breakfast. This is my dirty grits. Instead of shrimp and grits, we're going to have sausage and beef, green peppers and onions. Man, you guys don't like this one. It's cooking made easy. We're going to let that cook and brown up a little bit, bring that in. Okay, we got the sausage. We got the sausage cooked. We're going to set that aside. And now I'm doing my ground beef. Now, like I said, you can use breakfast sausage. I just wanted to show that it's not just a breakfast meal, but if you want to use breakfast sausage, turkey sausage, whatever meat you like. I'm just giving you the foundation of, like I say, like I tell you all the time, you can tweak it and add what works for you. I always do my kinders. I'm doing my burger blend on this one here because I like the seasoning. Make sure it's nice and seasoned. Maybe hit it with a little dash, Mrs. Dash. For those that know me, I don't do a lot of salt. And this is going to be my seasoning here. That's why I say when I do the grits, it's going to be with the chicken broth, the heavy cream, and maybe some butter, and that'll be about it. Okay, now we're going to do the onions with this, because we want it all to cook in together with the beef, the green peppers, and the red peppers. And here we're going to saute it. I'm going to let that cook until we brown it. Okay, while we browning, we get this brown. Oh man, it's smelling good. Now we're gonna make a, it's like a little gravy. You can do seasoned flour. I add a little more, just a little garlic herb into my flour. I got the flour right here. I add a little, just add a little seasoning to it. Like I said, I'm doing the garlic and herbs, no salt. Then I got my beef base here. This is going to be my dirty grits. Add your little, sprinkle your little flour on here. Get that rawness out of it. Just a little more. I don't want it too thick. I don't want it too thin. You want to get all that. Now, like I said, you don't have to. I'm doing ground beef. These guys can do breakfast sausages if you want. You know, make it a breakfast meal. Add a little bit of this beef base on here. Cause I want to make it a little, like I said, a little gravy. You want a little gravy with that and pour over the grits. You cut it on low now. We're on low, but we're gonna let it simmer while we're doing the grits. Oh yeah, smelling good too. Then you're gonna once you let that, notice I'm adding a little at a time. You can always add, you can't take away. And while that's cooked, while that's simmering, we're gonna put the sausages back in. Let that cook. We'll let that simmer. Always add a little more of the beef broth. Don't do nothing else. It's gonna add you some more flavor to it. Cover that up. Let that simmer. While that is simmering, we're going to work on our grits over here. And like I said, let me grab this butter. Like I said, it's just going to be heavy. It's going to be heavy cream and butter because your flavor is already, you don't have to do much with that. You don't have to put cheese or nothing on the grits or none of that. You're going to have all your flavor there anyway. So we letting this simmer. We're going to let that simmer. Well, I got this water boiling, or this broth boiling, not water. I like to add that chicken broth. That's enough flavor for you. We got this grits. Bring that in. I want you guys to see that better. Bring that down. We're going to let that cook. We're going to let that simmer. Okay, we got the grits. Got the grits cooking nicely. I got my sauce simmering. It's real simple, easy to make. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna add some butter to this. Like I said, we're not gonna add too much seasoning. The only thing is gonna be the chicken broth, and then we add a little bit of heavy cream to that. Got that on simmer, that on low. I'm gonna let that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna let that cook. This is it, man. This guys, this is my grits. You know, not too loose, not too thick. Like I said, you know, for this menu here, you don't have to add no cheese, no seasoning, but it's up to you if you want to add cheese. So I'm just, this is my dirty grits. This is how I do it. I got my sauce here. Like I said, you can use ground beef, you can use pork sauce, whatever works for you. I want to do sauces and let you know that it don't just have to be a breakfast menu. Set this aside. We're gonna build this up right quick. Man, you got to see this. This is what I'm having today. That's my grits right here. So we're gonna start it off. Let's slide this over here. Slide this right here. And right now we're just gonna, man. Then I'm gonna add some sausages with that. I want you guys to see this. Of course, you want the peppers. Gotta have the peppers in there, and the onions and all that other flavor to it. That's a must. That is a must. A couple more of these. And that's it, guys. This is my dirty grits. Man, can't go wrong with this here. As always, you guys been awesome. I thank you guys. Until next time, I'll see you in the kitchen with Chef R. Allen. Cooking made easy.